All right, Greg, let me tell you this. All right, gosh, y'all. If your parents are still living, it's a blessing, and they're living in this time of high tech.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Well, my mother at 76, she's so proud that she is a high tech nana,
and she is. She really is.
She's a very high tech nana. She knows how to get her pictures out on Facebook, and she knows how to
Google stuff on how to fix things.
She Googles things. She actually fixed something in her bathroom off YouTube. And she's proudly watching the show, I think, right now.
Sure.
On YouTube at her house. She knows how to work.
Hey, Miss Burgess.
She knows how to work her smart TV. She knows how to do this. And now some of her terminology sometimes, but she's probably further advanced than I am.
Probably.
I mean, she can do most anything. Shops online, and does her Christmas shopping online. She does all that. So we're sitting at she came down to the house. Like, I can't believe I've waited this long to tell you this.
Boy.
Now, I want to be clear. I'm going to put a caution out here because I don't want any people to make the same mistake that our mother made. Okay. So her and Dad, they watch a lot of Netflix.
Rick, please don't tell me.
Greg,
I see where this is headed.
Just hang on. Please don't get ahead of me because I want to sit you in the scene what happened to me. So they're at our house. They came down to watch our son, their grandson, in a game. And so, at the point now at their age, they don't like to drive at night. You know that. So they spent the night. That means on Saturday morning, we're up all getting coffee, visiting, and sitting around. And she says, well, you know where this is going. And she goes, well, your dad and I, we'll watch shows on Netflix.
Rick.
And I said, yes, ma'am. And she goes, he loved that Eagles concert so much that you took us to. And I said, yes, ma'am. And, he likes music, and he likes to see things about music.
Believe this.
And she goes, and Netflix sent me an alert that they had a new program about some band.
Rick.
And I thought, well, he'll probably
She's 78 years old. 77.
76. Greg, please. She won't be 77 until November. and then because she'll be sure we get that right. She says, so I thought, well,
Rick, don't tell me Mom clicked on and watched The Dirt.
Netflix was telling me to watch it, and it was about a band, and I thought your dad would love it.
What did she not?
She goes, and Lord help. Lord help.
Rick, it comes right out of the gate.
She goes, I clicked on this, and I couldn't get it turned off, and my hands couldn't. And she goes, and the things that I was seeing on the screen, my goodness. And I'm like, Mom, what are you talking about? What are you watching?
When she read who it was about.
No, then I said, Mom, what are you talking about? And I remembered you telling me that they've done, and let me be clear, do not click on this documentary or this.
It's a movie.
It's a movie about.
If you're offended by it, it is a rock band in the 80s.
You don't have to say if you have a sensitivity. No one should watch this.
Yeah,
I mean, what we're saying, if porn bothers you, don't watch this. Yeah. Okay, so anyway.
But what mother think an 80s rock band was going to be about?
Don't get ahead of me, because I said to her, I said, Mom, what are you talking about? I don't know what it was, Rick. Mm-hmm. And my goodness. I couldn't get it off. I kept trying to turn it off. And then your dad looks up, and he doesn't know what I've turned on the TV, and he's confused.
Oh, no.
And I said, Mom, I'm going to make a straight Netflix. I said, I'm pretty sure Greg told me Netflix has done a movie about Motley Crue. That's the one. Rick, I said, Mom, why would you click on anything that had Motley Crue? Well, I didn't know who they were. It said it was a band from the 80s.
Well, Mom.
And then she goes, well, your dad likes the Eagles. I said, this is not the Eagles.
No, not even close.
Mama, their name, do you know what Motley means? Well, I didn't know. It just said it was a movie about a band and some music. I thought your dad would like it.
I can't wait to ask her.
And I'm like, she goes, well, let me tell you something. I don't know what this band, what they do, but I'll tell you what. I can't get that stuff out of. I mean,
I'm picturing her just actually clicking on it.
She was, I can't believe what I saw. And I said, well, Mom, don't just start clicking on things on Netflix. I said, but I have to ask again. So the phrase "dirt," that's the one. Yeah, that's what it was called.
Dirt. And just look at the picture.
And I said,
on the front.
Does it not?
I mean,
did
I don't
it not
think it's
say
a band Dad would be interested?
Did it not say Motley Crue? Well, I mean, your dad likes music. I mean, he got y'all, all the very big bands when y'all were little. I said, Mom, he never once got us anything from Motley Crue.
He didn't buy Shout at the Devil when it came
right. He shout at the devil. And I said, Mom, and she goes, well, I regret clicking on it.
Well,
I said, I know you do.
I know the scene she's talking about.
Undoubtedly, it happens right
out of the gate.
Yeah. Hey, Greg, I'm like, Mom, do you not? Because now I'm worried. I said, Mom, you're gonna have to. you're gonna have to really. You shouldn't. You're very savvy, and I'm glad you can get Netflix working. But everything on Netflix is not a click and let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, well, you're right. I've learned.
And just because they say you may want to watch it, they don't know.
Right.
What kind of rating do they put on it?
Do they rate?
I don't even know.
TV, MA.
Yeah, probably so. That's you're right.
You're probably right.
But no, this is what gets me. You have to understand.
That's bad as it gets.
But we just talked about this yesterday. She said, "Well, they put it on the list of things they thought we'd like." and
that's just meant because it was music.
That was just because it was music, Mom. That's all. They're guessing, and that was a big guess on your part. Well, Lord help.
We need to get her.
Go back and watch Sonny and Cher.
We need to get her on this thing Lisa loves, and it is a good thing. Okay, before I go here, it's called Pure Flicks. And it's like faith-based. And a lot of them are good, but a lot of them are not very good.
A lot of them are corny.
Well, keep in mind, when you go
and Lisa will pick one out, and we'll get about halfway in, and I'm like,
I know, you're right.
There have been some really good ones.
And a lot of it's not in HD, which bothers me.
The kid,
I can't watch it if it ain't in HD. I can't hardly watch anything less than 4K.
Lisa's all
on
about
Pure Flicks. On Pure Flicks, the key is this. Yeah. We now got a channel that's got to have enough content for you to be able to
I know.
And when it comes to faith-based movies, there's some good ones, but there's not a lot of good ones.
And they have to have a lot of content.
And they got to have a lot of content. So really,
a lot of them's made the cut.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of them I can deal with the corniness, but I can't deal with the corniness and not being in HD.
That's a good point.
I just can't.
Makes it more
you have one or the other.
Yeah.
But there are some good stuff on there.
They are.
But I'm going to teach your mom how to operate that out.
Some great documentaries.
I can't wait to ask her about it.
Greg, when you see... You see Mom say, "Hey, Mom, did you see that Motley Crue thing?"
I heard Dad's a big Motley Crue fan. What about that?
Well, I mean, they put it on my things we would like.
Rick,
no, Mom, don't.
That was a computer picked up.
Motley Crue didn't give any concern.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.